Another late night, another crazy.
Okay, I'm sorry. That is really low quality. What? It's 720. How is it that bad? Do I have to go into 4K?
Deadline.
Oh.
You can do this, Audrey. What was that?
So they're adding color?
What's wrong with me?
Attention, children of the machine. For 211 days, you've lived without the ink demon haunting your steps.
Wait. So I heard that this wasn't gonna be a sequel or a prequel. It was gonna be a side story. But this states that it happened after the events of Bendy because the ink demon is gone and you got rid of the ink demon, even though it's technically a paradox, but who cares? Anyways, let's move on.
banished him away. In return, I ask just a little favor. There is a stranger. Bring her to me.
Seems like there's gonna be a lot.
Very much for your help.
Almost everyone here.
So they seem to be a lot more story wise. And I'm actually really interested on how they're gonna make the story because they're gonna be building on the Lost Ones from what I saw of that adventurer guy. And personally, that was one of my favorite characters, even though that wasn't technically a character.
Either can't speak or they're completely mad.
No one wants you here!
No, I'm not gonna hurt you. Looked like you needed some help.
Don't touch me.
Above everything.
So, Alice is gonna be taking a return. That's cool, I guess. I mean, she looks completely different, so this has to be a sequel.
Else, stay away from the ink demon.
What's an ink demon?
He likes to smile, and he kills anything that moves.
Here goes nothing.
I'm sorry, what was that outline? It looked like if Ink Bendy had a baby with Beast Bendy. I mean, there probably is a fan fiction for that, but I am sure as hell not looking that up. I like having brain cells. Okay, so this is happening at the same time because that thing had to have happened before chapter 3 because I'm just gonna call Evil Alice. So Ink Alice is still alive, which means that happens before chapter 3. So I guess it is still a side story, which I mean is going to be really annoying because you always have to be in the wrong part of the game from the original Vending the Ink Machine because you would run into Henry, and you don't run into Henry in the original game. You don't run into the main character, whatever this is in the original game. So that's gonna be really hard to deal with, I feel like. But I'm actually excited for this game. A huge increase of quality. You obviously see that they put love into this game. I'm actually really excited for this so far. Let's finish this.
Bendy?
I'm sorry, what? So the actual Bendy is gonna. Okay, I'm gonna have a little theory, a game theory, you could say. Bendy will actually be split into two. So you remember how, I'm just gonna find it. You remember how the outline was a lot more. Yeah. Dang it.
Smile, and he kills.
Okay. So you see how this design seems a lot more like, devilish, because like the the things are more turned. So like, you know how an actual devil looks like, right? Like it has like curly horns, stuff like that. You can tell that this is a lot more rugged and evil looking. So, and then you see this guy, and he's the actual Bendy, and he looks very childish. He's acting childish. So, I believe that there's actually going to be two Bendys in the game. There's going to be two. I'm actually going to pull this up real quick. So, we have childish Bendy here, and then we have
Smile, and he kills.
oh crap. That. Okay, so here so you can see that this game isn't a prequel, obviously. Like, there's no way it's a prequel. It just wouldn't make sense. But it's also not a sequel. It's a little bit in between. Ignore that PNG. Um, so as you can see, there's this Bendy, which is much more devilish. It's a lot more rugged. Actually, let me get my pen here out. So there's a lot more devilish features on this, and you can see like these little. Leave me alone. Anyways, as I was saying, there's a lot more rugged moments, and you can actually tell like these bars. This obviously happens was caused by someone strong and violent, and there's really no one else that in the Bendy universe that's known for being that strong to be able to like rip out and push in metal bowls. So I think that's actually a sign of something. And then you can see on this, it looks just like the actual Bendy. And then they're playing with a little toy car. So that obviously shows second. Childish behavior. Let me write this. Yeah, childish. Childish. Okay. So I believe that Bendy was. I'm just gonna make a crappy drawing of Bendy here. Trust me, this is totally Bendy. So Bendy here was split into two, I think. He was split into his good half, and then he was split into his little inky half. But you can tell that from this, like, you can even tell that even the childish version isn't perfect because there's that huge little slob of ink right there that's messing everything up. So I think that we're either going to have to completely eliminate this Bendy or kill both Bendies. Now, I would rather this one, and there's probably going to be multiple endings to the game, modern games. So there probably will be those endings, or just leave. I'm gonna bet that there's gonna be multiple endings with this game. Multiple end. Okay, so there's gonna be multiple endings, I believe. So there's it isn't happening in the future, and it isn't happening in the past either. So I heard that this was going to be happening when the original Bendy game starts. But the problem is Alice Angel is still alive, as you can see. Actually, this Alice is obviously alive because she never died. But evil Alice is alive too. Which means that this game most likely takes place before chapter 3. Now, I might be wrong and it actually is happening the entirety of the game. So, like, you start off when a little bit before or after Henry starts his journey or restarts. Um, and then it ends when actually it has to basically let me redraw this. So I'm just gonna completely erase all of this real quick. So um this is gonna be timeline stuff. This is gonna be timeline stuff. So basically, this is time. This is the timeline. It's not happening in the future, and it's not happening in the past. Now, here's the thing. This will be when we say Bendy takes place. The original. So you'll say it starts here, and then I don't know, maybe it will end here after chapter 5, and you have to restart back to here. But then I believe this is how it's going to go. We're going to actually meet Alice Angel somewhere around here. This will be where, like, I think this area will be the game that we don't start off with. We're going to start off the game either here and then meet Alice Angel and whatever, Alice. I don't know, do a bunch of shenanigans here. And then the majority of the story is going to be here, though. So while it isn't a sequel, it sort of is. Oh, hey Jake. So it's gonna happen sometime around here. That is like because it says like 152 days since the ink demon disappeared or whatever. You know. Let me say
What was that?
211 days. You've
111 days. It has been 111 days since Bendy disappeared, which means it happens. The majority of the story happens here. It has to happen after the ending of the original game, which means that, you know, this game is going to be a partial sequel, which I really rather than a prequel. I don't really like the prequel idea. I feel like there's enough on the prequel. So personally, I am very excited for this. You can see that Little Miracle stations are going to be coming back, which means the projectionist might be coming back. My favorite thing about this though is the fact that they are going to elaborate on the Lost Ones. The Lost Ones, I feel like, were such a cool concept, and they really just never elaborated on that. It was the coolest concept possible, and they never elaborated on it. So you can obviously see this is gonna probably be more like a mentorial figure or an adventurous teammate from his looks and his talk. So personally, I love the fact that they are elaborating on the Lost Ones. Truthfully, I was thinking if I wasn't gonna go with Ghostface, I was gonna go with something like that because I just loved them so much. Yeah, look at this guy. He's got this wrong. I don't even know where to begin. The graphics, the art style, the music, everything looks amazing. Even the combat looks revamped. Judging by how long the development process was, the high hopes of this game. Yeah, it's been like 2018, which means like it's been 6 years since they've had the possible idea of starting this, which is a really long time in modern games, which I really love. Now, that's going to be all for now.